Hi, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my workshop. Today we're going to be working on a Tichy train group stump car kit. I started this in my last short. I'll put a link in the description below. In that video we installed the end sills and the coupler pockets. Today we're going to be completing the underframe work on here. One of the things I like about these kits is they have good detailed instructions and lots of detailed parts. So first thing we're going to do is remove the bolsters from the sprue, and at least one of them you can see has a lot of flash on it, so we'll have to get that cleaned up. The easiest way to do that is just to use a sanding stick or a file and just clean up the ends and get it looking nice, and then we can get them installed onto the body. Just work them until you're happy with how it looks. And then check the other as well. Now, one thing you do want to be careful is that you make sure you orientate these in the correct way. There's a notch in there that allows the train line to fit through, and you want to make sure that that is on the correct side of the car. These will only fit properly if you do them the right way. So test fit them and then hold it in place and apply styrene solvent cement. Now, if you're new to my channel, I like the Fowler Super Expert cement because it's a strong cement that will go through paint if I need it to, but it also has styrene dissolved in it so that it fills gaps a little bit as well. With the bolsters in place, we're going to turn our attention to the center sill. So we'll remove those from the first part from the bridge. We also need the two spacers, and we need to clean up the spots where these were attached to this sprue. Again, having that surface smooth, especially on the part that's going to come in contact with the floor, will give us a better glue joint when we attach it, but it also makes the model look nice. We don't have any gaps in there. You'll notice I'm kind of rubbing the tip of my finger along there because I'm looking to feel the smoothness on there. I need the two spacers, and they're actually right there by my thumb on the bottom sprue piece. And again, using the flush cutting sprue cutters, we just trim those off, and then we'll sand the ends smooth on these. And even when you have things organized, sometimes you lose track of where something is, usually with it hiding in front of me. So the spacers go in here where it's noted, and these are small parts and nothing will really grab it to, just a couple of indents on there. So it takes a little bit of care to get them in place and hold them in place, and then get the glue in to cement them in place. And also want to file the bottom of it smooth so that it also rests smoothly on the car body when they're installed. I found with the spacer like this, since it's T-shaped, this is the easiest way to get that nub off and the top surface of my fingernails. And found a piece of flesh on the fish belly. And you want to work carefully, especially with those fish belly pieces, because they are side specific. So you do need to make sure you have the correct piece on the correct side of the car and facing the correct end, the A or B end of the car. Took a lot of fiddling to get this in place and held in place so I could get the glue in there. As you can see, I struggled with this, and that sometimes happens when you're working on models. Just be patient, and if you need to, take a break and come back to it later. But I finally got this, and I could drop some glue in. And just hold it in place till the glue has had a chance to set. Did the same thing for the other side and attached the other railing to it, and also installed the cross braces per the instructions, as well as some of the brake gear, particularly the cylinders and levers. With that, I can drop the last two supports that come in from the bottom side up, because remember, I'm working on this. This is upside down. Get those into place again, making sure I have them oriented the right way so they seat properly. Then I can apply glue to the joints to lock them in place. With the underframe assembled, we're going to let that sit and dry for a little while. But in the meantime, we can set this in place and see how it's going to look. And since it's fitting in here nice and the glue is dry enough, we're going to glue it down using plenty of styrene cement along the ribs, along the fish belly centers, and along with this done. That pretty much sets up the underframe of the car. So we will leave that there. If you've been enjoying this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'd love to hear what you think of the project and what else you'd like to see me do in the comments. So please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.